Top 10 Netflix Sci Fi Series. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel Netflix Tops, where we will tell you all about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So, grab your popcorn and stay with us till the end of the video, because in today's video, we are going to list down the top 10 Netflix sci-fi series. So, let's get started. Number 10. Exploring the existential implications of time and its effects on the human nature. Dark is a German science fiction thriller streaming television series co-created by Baran and Jantje Friese. The show ran for 3 seasons from 2017 to 2020, and it has earned a score of 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. It tells the story of a young boy in a small German town who goes missing. His family and the people of the town start to notice some strange coincidences and patterns in the town history. While this show has some incredible performances and some well-written plot, it requires a lot of attention to understand what's going on, since there are so many characters and setting changes. The fact that it's originally in German also doesn't help with the difficulty, but it's worth it by far. Number 9. Based on the comic book of the same name by Jeff Lemire, Sweet Tooth is an American fantasy drama streaming television series developed by Jim Mickle. The series was renewed for a 2nd season in July 2021, and it has earned a score of 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. The series follows a wreaked havoc on the world, which leads to the mysterious emergence of hybrid babies born part human and part animal. Unsure if hybrids are the cause or result of the virus, many humans fear and hunt them. After a decade of living safely in his secluded forest home, a sheltered hybrid deer boy named Gus unexpectedly befriends a wandering loner named Jeopard. Together, they set out on an extraordinary adventure across what's left of America in search of answers about Gus's origins, Jeopard's past, and the true meaning of home. But their story is full of unexpected allies and enemies, and Gus quickly learns the lush, dangerous world outside the forest is more complex than he ever could have imagined. Number 8. Based on 2 series of books, Shadow and Bone is an American fantasy streaming television series developed by Eric Hazier. Earning a score of 88% on Rotten Tomatoes, the series was renewed in July 2021 for a 2nd season, also consisting of 8 episodes, adapting Sage and Storm, 2013, and another original storyline featuring the Crows. In a world where dark forces have taken over, a young mapmaker, Alina Starkov, accidentally discovers that she has the power to change the fate of the war. She's the only one who has the power to summon light, and this will make her play a key role in the war. Number 7. Loosely based on the young adult novel series of the same name by Cass Morgan, The 100 is an American post-apocalyptic science fiction drama television series developed by Jason Rothenberg. The series follows a group of post-apocalyptic survivors who are among the first people from a space habitat to return to Earth after a devastating nuclear apocalypse. The series is set 97 years after a devastating nuclear war wiped out almost all the life on Earth, and the only known survivors are the residents of 12 space stations in Earth's orbit prior to the war. After the space station's life support systems are found to be critically failing, 100 juvenile prisoners are declared expendable and sent to the surface in a last-ditch attempt to determine if Earth is habitable again. The teens arrive on a beautiful planet they have only seen from space. Confronting the dangers of this rugged new world, they struggle to form a tentative community. However, they discover that not all humanity was wiped out, and big danger awaits them. Number 6. Based on The Twilight Zone and using technology to comment on contemporary social issues, Black Mirror is a British anthology television series created by Charlie Brooker. Although the series has received critical acclaim, it is considered by many reviewers to be one of the best television series of the 2010s, with a score of 84% on Rotten Tomatoes. In a wild mix of sci-fi themes and terrifying not-so-distant future technology, Black Mirror will thrill, entice, and possibly scare you. Each episode is entirely different, meaning you can watch them completely out of order and still enjoy a gripping short film with guest stars and eerie concepts. Number 5. An American science fiction television series titled Star Trek: The Next Generation is created by Gene Roddenberry. It is the 3rd series in the Star Trek franchise and the 2nd sequel to Star Trek: The Original Series. The show is very popular, reaching almost 12 million viewers in its 5th season, with the series finale in 1994 watched by over 30 million viewers. Set in the 24th century and 7 to 8 decades after the adventures of the original crew of the Starship Enterprise, this new series is the long-awaited successor to Star Trek 1966. Under the command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard, the all-new Enterprise NCC 1701-D travels out to distant planets to seek out new life and boldly go where no one has gone before. Number 4. Based on the comic book series of the same name written by Gerard Way, The Umbrella Academy is an American superhero streaming television series. It revolves around a dysfunctional family of adopted sibling superheroes who reunite to solve the mystery of their father's death and the threat of an imminent apocalypse. The series tells the story of 7 special children adopted by Sir Reginald Hargreaves, a billionaire industrialist who creates the Umbrella Academy and prepares his children to save the world. But not everything went according to plan. In their teenage years, the family fractured and the team disbanded. Now almost 30 years old, the 6 surviving members reunite upon the news of Hargreaves' passing. Luther, Diego, Allison, Klaus, Vanya, and Number 5 work together to solve a mystery surrounding their father's death. But the estranged family once again begins to come apart due to their divergent personalities and abilities, not to mention the imminent threat of a global apocalypse. Number 3. Created by the Duffer Brothers, Stranger Things is an American science fiction horror drama television series with a score of 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. The series has received critical acclaim for its characterization, pacing, atmosphere, acting, soundtrack, directing, writing, and homages to 1980s films. Set in the 1980s, this acclaimed sci-fi series takes place in a small town in the middle of nowhere, where spooky happenings start to unfold. When a high school girl goes missing, the residents of the town start to panic, with no end in sight. Meanwhile, a seemingly mute girl appears in town. She is sheltered and hidden by a group of young and nerdy boys who soon find that she has special powers, and they must discover and fight off a dark force lingering in their town. Number 2. Featuring plenty of twists and turns over its 3-season run, Travelers is a science fiction television series created by Brad Wright. The show isn't as exceptional as many of the other sci-fi series on this list, but with a score of 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, it does have a certain kind of comfort food appeal. In the series, hundreds of years from now, the last surviving humans discover the means of sending consciousness back through time, directly into people in the 21st century. These travelers assume the lives of seemingly random people, while secretly working as teams to perform missions in order to save humanity from a terrible future. The travelers are FBI special agents armed only with their knowledge of history and an archive of social media profiles. As the show advances, the travelers discover that 21st century lives and relationships are as much of a challenge as their high-stakes missions. Number 1. If you're a fan of sci-fi movies and find yourself in need of a fresh story, this show is definitely for you. Based on the 2002 novel of the same title by English author Richard K. Morgan, Altered Carbon is an American cyberpunk television series created by Lieta Colodis. Set in the future, this Netflix show offers a look into the world where consciousness can be digitized and stored. This allows humans to survive beyond their death and their physical bodies, allowing for something close to immortality. The story follows specially trained envoy soldier Takeshi Kovacs, who is downloaded from an off-world prison and into a combat-ready sleeve at the behest of Lawrence Bancroft, a highly influential aristocrat. Bancroft was killed, and the last automatic backup of his stack was made hours before his death, leaving him with no memory of who killed him and why. While police ruled it a suicide, Bancroft is convinced he was murdered and wants Kovacs to find out the truth. And this brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thanks for watching.